Hello and welcome to Milo and Marcus Garage. Sorry for the strange quality that you're seeing here. Unfortunately, I have to film from my phone camera today because my DSLR battery decided to crap out, so I will have to buy some new ones. Well. It's good to have a decent phone so the quality isn't a potato. Well, today we are going to be working on the Honda CX500. As you can see, it's still the same as before. I attached the rear luggage pack on it just so it would be slightly more complete. Anyways, first things first. Did you see the Daylem? So you can find it. It's not here. This is not the Daylem. It's not there. It's here. Are you here, Daylem? Nope. Where is the Daylem? Maybe it's under there. Nope, still no Daylem. Ah, yes, I sold it. That's right, I sold the Daylem yesterday to my good buddy, and he took it and drove off with it. So now it's gone. It wasn't really a quick decision. Took some thought into it, but honestly, the season is slowly nearing its end. My guess is that this lovely weather is gonna stay maybe for another week or two, and then we'll get just, standard Norwegian cold, wet autumn and cold, wet winter. So, anyways, now with the Daylem gone, we've got some garage space that, suddenly popped up. So actually we're fully able to fit two motorcycles in there without any problem, which is good. Anyways, the CX is, it's moving forward. I haven't really done anything to it for the last couple of weeks, but it's running. I don't think we've actually heard it run, now you will.
Alrighty, this is a little bit of a voiceover since it was pretty hard to speak to the camera while the engine was running. Basically, it sounds pretty good. It doesn't have, any mufflers on right now, so it's got a bit of a, classic Harley sound. But as you can see, it's running a bit foul, but we'll try to fix that. When it revs up, it sort of wakes up like that. Exactly. I think it's pretty nice. I mean, it's loud, but it's like the sound just vibrates around your brain. Sounds absolutely lovely. Anyways, the bike is not it's sort of driving. It's got the rear brake and can be driven, but let's go on to working.
Okie dokie. Well, now you've seen it run, it runs, it doesn't run good. The problem is that it only fires on the right cylinder up to around 2000 RPM, then the left cylinder engages. Now, I've spoken with some guys on some forums and like that, and most likely it's the issue with carburettors, which is, very likely. I mean, the bike's been sitting outside for 12 years. The carbs are not, they shouldn't be in a good condition. I'm surprised that the bike is even running like this, because I haven't done anything to the carburetors. I've just changed the spark plugs, filled the fluids, and it runs. Doesn't run good, but it runs. It drives as well. I can, drive it without any problems. I mean, it's a bit annoying that around 2000 RPM you get sort of a power kick, because suddenly, the left cylinder engages properly and you've got actual normal power. What else? Whilst doing some shopping, I managed to get my hands on a original Honda CX500 78, which is this one. Brake pedal, which is nice because it wasn't there, and that was the only thing, you know, stopping me from having any brakes at all, because the brakes themselves are good. So as you can see, the pedal's working pretty good. I've adjusted it so it's nice and comfy, and honestly I'm very, very, very happy with that. What else? Let's see. I bought a shitload of stuff for it. I mean, seriously, see that? Apart from the wheels over there, everything here is CX parts. So lamps, gas lever, because, you know, I need to change this spaghettio. This doesn't work. So I will put a new one on this. I've got lamps, exhausts, gas levers, lights, brake pads, blinkers, stuff like that. Everything is, it's not brand new, but some of it is brand new and some of it is lightly used. One of the problems that I noticed that the exhaust pipes, because I bought a whole set, they don't fit this bike, unfortunately. So they were off a different year of a Honda CX, which is a bit of a bummer, but I do have two mufflers, original mufflers from that exhaust set in like mint condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the mufflers on and weld a little bit of a pipe here between them. So I think I can make that work. But that is not for today. That is a bit of a bigger project. I also need to get my hands on some pipes so I can weld this. Today, my plan is to start working on the carburettors. I've been, you know, I haven't been that keen on starting this because when I take them off, the bike is, you know, not usable anymore, and right now it's running good enough so I can drive it and it's a lot of fun, but it will be a lot better once I do the carbs. So that's what we are going to be doing today, carburetors. So also I might try to change the gas lever because it's connected to the carburetor, so you know it's easier to do them both at the same time. Although I seriously doubt that I will manage to do everything in one day, so I guess this will be sort of a multi-episode thing. Also, somehow these 42-year-old tires are usable. And usable doesn't mean drivable properly, because the rear tire, it has to be pumped up every week because it just slowly loses air. The front tire is surprisingly good. It's been holding air for like a month, no problem. So that's good. I am obviously going to change both of them. Because I mean, these are 42-year-old tires and they are rotten to hell. So without further ado, let's get working on the carbs. I will start off by taking the seat, gas tank, and we'll look into the air filter because I haven't checked that yet, and I think we might find some critters in there. So let's get into that. Okie dokie, it's been around 1 hour and I finally managed to get these carbs out. It was quite a challenge because, well, these are two carbs that are joined together by brackets and pipes and shafts, like tiny drive shafts. Because basically these carbs are super overcomplicated. So this is the sort of the master carb, this is the slave carb. Fuel goes into the master carb, all the choke and gas lines, wires, go into the master carb, and then the master carb basically controls the slave carb with tiny drive shafts like these. This is the choke drive shaft, this is the gas drive shaft, and this down here, this little thing there, is the gas line or gas pipe in this case. So super overcomplicated. Also, this is basically like a clock mechanism where, you know, it's not just a simple lever that goes up and down with a springy on it. It's like this one. This is the choke lever. It goes to a certain position, then flips another thing, which then flips another thing, which then slowly, like slightly accelerates the gas. And also, this is like a 2-stage choke. So first stage is very like easy to pull, and then it's like a different hardness to it. And like with the gas lever, it's got like 3 different springs and like a adjustment screw, which is like the same type as of a like a valve, like intake or exhaust valve type of an adjustment. So it's like, it's super complicated. It's super overcomplicated. I mean, they could have just done 2 standard carbs, 2 lanes, like simple levers. That's it. Would have worked exactly the same. But no. The Japanese had to make it, you know, better, which in my case is a lot worse, because this is an absolute pain to dismantle. So basically, I will have to go upstairs, get my PC out and check the CX factory service manual, just because this is a bit too complicated for me just to take apart without knowing what to do piece by piece and, you know, step by step, because I'm afraid that I will break something. And this is a 42-year-old motorcycle, and these parts are not priceless, but very, very, very pricey. So yeah, I will go upstairs, do some searching for some answers, because boy, these are complicated. But well, we got them out. And with these, the carbs out, I can finally take the reserve fucking coolant tank out, because it's like Swiss cheese. It's got holes everywhere. It's basically super all encrusted, but I think I can fix it with some epoxy glue, like all over the thing. I hope. I seriously hope. But anyways, I will bring you back when I find some information and maybe manage to take some of these things out. Alrighty, people. Look at that. These are the guts of both the carburetors. It's quite a lot of it. And I must say, holy shit. This is even dumber than I thought. Like, you know that usually you have 2 types of carburetors. The one that are piston actuated. There's a special name for that, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, the ones that are piston actuated, and the ones that are lever actuated. Basically, there's just a small, you know, like a flat piece of metal plastic that just goes whoop, 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 whoop. Well, these carbs have both pistons and fucking levers. See that? That's the choke lever, that's the gas lever, and that's the bloody gas piston. It's absolutely dumb, and I can't understand why would they do that. But it's the Japanese 42 years ago. They were really trying to come up with, you know, ingenious ideas that, you know, solve the problem with carburetors. And that was just, so it was basically the time straight before jumping over to EFI, which means electronic fuel injection. So the carburetors were super complicated, and well, they performed very well when they worked, but now, well, these are not performing well, and they're not working properly, and it's a big pain in the ass to get them fixed. So, while playing with these, they haven't been washed yet or cleaned yet, but I don't think I will do that today, because it's a bit of a, it's a bit much. But while I was doing that, I managed to get the Jungle Mumble gas lever out and install our new, not brand new, but new, good looking gas lever. And it's really good looking in comparison to the old thing. And the best thing is, it works. That's good. That is very, very, very good. So, that is good. Honestly, it was a big pain in the ass to use the old gas lever, because it was not only spaghetti up, but it just didn't work properly. So I think now that I've got the new lever installed, I don't have to turn the bike off with this cable, because before, every time I wanted to turn the bike off, I couldn't do it with a key or with a button. I had to do it with this, and that's because the old gas lever, all the cables that were just broken and cut off and jangled up and spaghetti and everything. Mamma mia, pizza, pasta, spaghetti, e trattoria. Yes. So, yeah. Also, air cleaner. The airbox looks pretty clean, pretty healthy, but the air cleaner itself, look down at it. Come on, focus, huh? Adjust the lighting. There you go. You can see quite a lot of gunk. So I'm pretty sure that I will change this. This might be the original 42-year-old air filter, so I'm not gonna, try to save money on this. I'm just gonna buy a new one. It shouldn't be that expensive, I hope. And if it is too expensive, I will try to clean this one up. So yeah, good progress. Really, really good progress. I hope that next time I will be able to clean those carbs and maybe even manage to put them back together, because boy, that's a lot of stuff to put back together. But the fuel pipe, it's seized on this side, so I'm not sure if I want to even try to remove it, because it works. I mean, I've blown through it, so I think there is no point in trying to break that pipe, or trying to remove it if it works. The carbs itself, they don't look that bad. It's a bit gunked up, but I've seen a lot worse, so I'll just clean it out. The only thing that I noticed is, if you look at the carbs, camera, if you want to focus, huh? Focus, 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 come on. Focus. Oh well, you can still see it. It's basically like, see that line there? It's a crack. So both float balls on both the carburetors are full of small cracks. Fortunately, they don't go through, so it's not leaking, but can you focus? I guess you can't. But basically, that is not good. And if I ever come to find a set of good new or good used float balls, I will have to change it. But they work, they don't leak. So I will stick with these, but I have to be really careful not to break them. Honestly, I'm really wondering how the hell did float balls crack on the inside, not on the outside, on the inside, by doing nothing. It's not damage from hitting, because the ball itself are good. So my idea is probably like frost damage, because the bike did, sit outside for 12 years, meaning all the winters as well. So my guess is that gasoline got old, mixed with water, froze up, and just cracked the balls. Because honestly, there isn't that. I mean, why else? How could they crack? It's not like aluminium just cracks out of nothing. So I'm pretty sure that this is frost damage, which is not good, but well, it is what it is. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this small episode with slightly worse camera. I will try to fix that as soon as I can. But yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you found it maybe useful. If you're trying to fix a CX of your own, maybe it's a bit help for you. Well, anyways, feel free to ask me questions in the comment section. Like this video, give us a subscribe, always helps to grow our channel, and as always, keep on riding.